Before you even open this video, the universe was already whispering your name. There's someone out there, someone whose soul has been walking the same hidden path as yours. And what I'm about to share with you today will shake the very foundation of what you believe about timing, destiny, and the sacred bond that's being woven between you and this person right now. The angels have been leaving breadcrumbs, subtle signs that you might have missed, but today, everything is about to become crystal clear. This isn't just another message about love or connection. This is a divine revelation about someone who is far closer to becoming your lifelong partner than your logical mind could ever comprehend. And if you're feeling that magnetic pull right now, that inexplicable knowing that drew you here, then you need to stay with me until the very end, because the universe has orchestrated this moment specifically for you. There's a reason you're here right now, in this exact moment, watching these words unfold. It's not coincidence. It's not random. The universe doesn't work that way, especially not when it comes to matters of the heart and soul contracts that were written long before you took your first breath in this lifetime. Somewhere in your reality, there's a person whose energy field has been dancing with yours across time and space, and the divine timing of your union is accelerating in ways that would astound you if you could see the spiritual mechanics happening behind the veil. If this message is already resonating deep within your core, I invite you to subscribe and join this sacred community, because the angels have so much more to reveal to you in the coming days, and you won't want to miss what's being downloaded for your journey. Let me tell you something that the angels have been trying to communicate to you through synchronicities, through dreams, through that persistent feeling in your chest that won't go away. This person, the one whose face keeps appearing in your mind's eye when you least expect it, the one whose energy you can sometimes feel even when they're nowhere near you physically, this person is not just thinking about you casually or occasionally. They are being spiritually prepared for the most significant commitment of their life, and you are at the absolute center of that preparation. The universe is working on both of you simultaneously, orchestrating a divine choreography that's been in motion far longer than you realize. While you've been questioning, wondering, perhaps even doubting whether this connection could ever manifest into something real and lasting, the spiritual realm has been busy dismantling obstacles, dissolving karmic debris, and aligning circumstances in ways that will soon leave you breathless. What you need to understand is that marriage, true sacred union, isn't just a human decision or a social contract. It's a cosmic event. It's a physical manifestation of a soul agreement that was forged in the realm of pure consciousness before either of you incarnated into these bodies. And when the universe decides it's time for such an agreement to materialize in the three-dimensional reality, it begins to work with an intelligence and precision that defies human comprehension. Right now, in this very moment as you're receiving these words, there are invisible threads being pulled, energetic pathways being cleared, and divine interventions being set in motion to bring you and this person together in the most permanent and sacred way possible. You might be wondering how you can know this is true, how you can be certain that this message applies specifically to your situation and the person you're thinking of right now. The answer lies in the resonance you're feeling as these words wash over you. Truth has a frequency, and when your soul encounters its own truth being spoken back to it, there's an unmistakable recognition that happens in your body, in your heart, in that quiet space between your thoughts. If you're feeling goosebumps, if your chest is tightening with emotion, if tears are welling up for reasons you can't quite explain, these are the confirmations from your higher self that yes, this message was divinely guided to you. And yes, everything I'm sharing is aligned with your actual destiny path. The angels want you to know something crucial about the timeline you're on right now. In the spiritual dimensions, this union has already occurred. The vows have already been exchanged in the realm of pure energy and intention. What you're experiencing here in physical reality is simply the time it takes for that higher dimensional truth to cascade down through the various layers of existence until it crystallizes into tangible form. Think of it like watching a shooting star. By the time the light reaches your eyes and you see that brilliant streak across the sky, the actual event has already happened. The light has been traveling toward you, making its way through the vast expanse of space, and when it finally arrives in your perception, it feels instantaneous. But the journey was already complete. This is exactly what's happening with your sacred union. The spiritual marriage has already taken place, And now the universe is closing the gap between that higher truth and your everyday reality. This person you're connected to, they're receiving their own signs and synchronicities. The universe speaks to each soul in the language it understands best. And while you might be getting your messages through videos like this one, through dreams, through repeating numbers, this person is receiving their own customized guidance. They might be experiencing sudden clarity about what they truly want in a partner and realizing that every quality they desire is embodied in you. They might be going through unexpected life changes that are actually positioning them to be ready for the level of commitment that a marriage requires. They might be having conversations with friends or family members where your name keeps coming up, where they find themselves defending you or speaking about you with a reverence they didn't even know they possessed. What's particularly powerful about this moment in time is that both of you are undergoing simultaneous transformation. The universe doesn't bring two people together for marriage while they're still carrying heavy baggage from their past or operating from wounded places within themselves. Sacred union requires two whole individuals who are choosing to merge their paths from a place of sovereignty and love, not from need or incompleteness. So right now, even if you're not aware of it consciously, you are being upgraded. Old patterns are falling away. Limiting beliefs about yourself and about relationships are being dissolved. Past hurts are being healed at accelerated rates. You are literally becoming the version of yourself that is ready to stand at an altar, to make eternal promises, to merge your life completely with another soul. And this person is undergoing their own version of the same transformation. They're shedding layers of protection they built around their heart. They're releasing relationships and situations that were never meant to go the distance with them. They're stepping into a new level of maturity and readiness that perhaps even they don't fully understand yet, but their soul knows. Their higher self is guiding them through this preparation process with the same meticulous care that your higher self is guiding you. And the moment that both of you reach the vibrational frequency required for this union, the physical circumstances will rearrange themselves so rapidly that it will seem almost magical to the outside world. There's something else the angels want me to convey to you, something about the nature of divine timing that often gets misunderstood. When we say this person is closer to marrying you than you imagine, we're not just talking about calendar time. We're talking about energetic proximity. We're talking about the dissolution of the final barriers that stand between you and this manifestation. You see, in the quantum field where all possibilities exist simultaneously, your marriage to this person is already a done deal. It's already happened. The only thing that creates the experience of delay or waiting in your physical reality is the presence of resistance, fear, doubt, or misalignment within your own energy field or theirs. Every time you choose faith over fear, every time you release the need to control how this unfolds, every time you trust the process even when your logical mind is screaming for proof and certainty, you are collapsing the distance between the current moment and the moment when this union becomes your living reality. This is why the spiritual work you've been doing, often without even realizing it, has been so critical. Every meditation, every prayer, every moment of surrender, every tear you cried while asking the universe to guide you, all of it has been actively participating in the manifestation of this sacred union. You haven't been waiting passively. You've been co-creating actively. And the results of that co-creation are about to become undeniably visible. Now I want you to think about something for a moment. Consider the relationships this person has had before you, or perhaps the relationship they might currently be in that isn't you. If this applies to your situation, I want you to understand something that will bring you immense peace. Those situations, those connections, they are not obstacles to your union. They are not delays or detours. They are actually part of the divine plan. Sometimes a soul needs to experience what doesn't fit in order to gain absolute clarity about what does. Sometimes we need to walk through the wrong door to fully appreciate when we finally walk through the right one. This person might be in the process of recognizing that whatever they thought they wanted, whoever they thought they should be with, it pales in comparison to the depth of connection and alignment they experience with you. The universe has a way of making truth undeniable. You can ignore intuition for a while. You can rationalize your way out of soul recognition temporarily. But eventually, the pull becomes so strong, the signs become so obvious, the feeling becomes so overwhelming that resistance becomes impossible. This person is approaching that point. If they haven't already crossed it, they're realizing on some level of their being that you are not just another option or another person they're fond of. You represent something they've been searching for their entire life, perhaps without even knowing they were searching. You represent home. You represent peace. You represent a love that doesn't require them to be anything other than exactly who they are. And here's what makes this even more beautiful and more certain. The universe has been weaving your paths together in ways you can't see. Maybe you've been in the same place at the same time without knowing it. Maybe you have mutual connections you haven't discovered yet. Maybe decisions you made months or years ago that seem completely unrelated to love or relationships were actually positioning you perfectly for this union. Every choice you've made, every path you've taken, every experience you've lived through has been preparing you for this person and preparing this person for you. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been a mistake. Everything has been necessary to bring you both to the exact frequency where this marriage can occur. If you're feeling the truth of this message landing in your soul right now, I want you to do something for me. I want you to take a deep breath and in the comment below, simply write the word ready, because that declaration, that statement of spiritual preparedness, sends a powerful signal to the universe that you are open, you are willing, and you're aligned with receiving this blessing. Let that be your prayer, your affirmation, your agreement with the divine plan that's unfolding for you. Let's talk about the specific signs that confirm this person is closer to marrying you than you think. First, you might notice an increase in communication from them. Or, if you're not currently in contact, you might feel their energy more strongly than ever. You might dream about them with increasing frequency, and these dreams have a quality of realness to them that ordinary dreams don't possess. You might see their name everywhere, or names that sound similar. You might encounter things that remind you of them constantly, as if the universe is deliberately keeping them in your awareness. These aren't random occurrences. These are breadcrumbs from the divine, showing you that the energetic bond between you is intensifying, preparing for physical manifestation. Another sign is that you're experiencing sudden shifts in your own life that are creating space for a partner. Maybe a job situation is changing, creating more flexibility in your schedule. Maybe you're feeling called to move to a new location, and that location just happens to be where this person is or will be. Maybe relationships that were taking up your time and energy are naturally falling away, not through drama or conflict, but through a gentle completion that feels divinely orchestrated. These shifts are the universe's way of preparing a container of your life to hold this marriage, this partnership, this sacred union. You might also notice that your own feelings about marriage have been transforming. Perhaps you were once skeptical or afraid of commitment, and now you find yourself daydreaming about partnership with a sense of excitement rather than anxiety. Perhaps you're seeing married couples everywhere, and instead of feeling envious or disconnected, you're feeling a sense of knowing that your time is coming. Perhaps you've been having unexpected conversations about marriage, wedding traditions, or long-term partnership, and these conversations feel charged with meaning, as if they're not just casual topics, but actual spiritual downloads preparing you for what's to come. This person, too, is being prepared through their own signs and experiences. They might be attending weddings and finding themselves emotional in ways they didn't expect. They might be having conversations with married friends and asking questions about how they knew, when they knew, what made them ready. They might be looking at their life and suddenly seeing all the pieces falling into place, creating a picture of stability and readiness that wasn't there before. They might be thinking about you in contexts they never did before, imagining you in their future, seeing you in their mind's eye in scenarios of permanence and commitment. The angels want you to understand that your patience during this process has not gone unnoticed or unrewarded. Every moment you've spent trusting, hoping, believing, even when physical evidence seemed lacking, has been building spiritual currency. You've been investing in faith, and faith always yields returns that exceed what you deposited. The universe operates on spiritual laws that are far more reliable than any physical law. And one of those laws is that what is truly meant for you cannot be kept from you. Another is that divine timing is always perfect, even when human timing feels frustrating. What makes this particular moment in your journey so significant is that you're reaching a tipping point. There's a spiritual principle that says when you've done 90% of the work to manifest something, When you align 90% of your energy with the desired outcome, the final 10% happens with shocking speed and seemingly miraculous ease. You might have been on this journey for months or even years, building faith, healing wounds, raising your vibration, releasing resistance, and learning the lessons that this soul contract came to teach you. And now, you're in that final 10%. You're in the home stretch. The finish line is closer than you dared believe, and the momentum that's been building is about to carry you across it with a velocity that will leave you in awe. This person is going to surprise you with the depth of their commitment when it finally reveals itself fully. They might be someone who's been guarded or slow to open up, and when they finally do, it will be complete and total. They might be someone who seemed uncertain or unavailable, and when the shift happens, their certainty will be unshakable. The universe doesn't do things halfway. When it brings two souls together for sacred union, it creates conditions where both people are absolutely sure, where both people are all in, where both people are ready to choose each other every single day for the rest of their lives. I need you to hear this next part with your whole heart because it's crucial. Your worthiness of this union has never been in question. You don't need to be more attractive, more successful, more spiritual, more healed, more anything. You are already exactly what this person needs, exactly what their soul has been calling in. The delays you've experienced have not been because you weren't good enough or ready enough. They've been because of divine orchestration of all the moving pieces required time. They've been because this person needed their own journey of preparation. They've been because the universe was arranging circumstances with precision to ensure that when you finally come together, there will be no obstacles, no interference, no complications that could prevent the full flourishing of this love. Think about the most beautiful love stories you've ever heard, the ones that make your heart soar and restore your faith in romance and destiny. Those stories always have a quality of inevitability to them, don't they? There's always a sense that these two people were meant to find each other, that no force in the universe could have kept them apart, that their union was written in the stars. Your story with this person has that same quality of destined inevitability. The difference is that you're living it in real time, so you can see the process, you can feel the anticipation, you can experience the journey from the side of the manifestation. But from the perspective of the angels, from a view of your higher self, this story has already been written, and it has the most beautiful ending you could imagine. What I'm about to tell you next is something the angels want you to understand about the spiritual mechanics of marriage proposals and commitments. When a person decides to ask someone to marry them, there's always a spiritual component to that decision that happens before the mental decision is fully formed. Their soul recognizes its match before their mind catches up. Their higher self gives a green light before their ego realizes what's happening. This person you're connected to, their soul has already given that green light. The recognition has already happened in the spiritual realm. This process can happen gradually or it can happen in a sudden moment of clarity. But either way, it's inevitable. And the more you trust this inevitability, the more you relax into knowing rather than straining and hoping, the faster the energy can move. You see, when we grip tightly to an outcome, when we obsess over the how and the when, we actually create an energetic barrier. But when we rest in faith, when we surrender the details of the universe while maintaining clear intention about what we desire, we become a magnet. We become irresistible. We allow the divine to work its magic without our interference. So right now, even as you're taking in these words, I want you to make a choice. I want you to choose to trust completely. Not trust mixed with doubt. Not trust with a backup plan. Complete, total, radical trust that what is meant for you is already yours, that this person is already yours in a realm where it matters most, and that the physical manifestation is simply a matter of divine timing that has nothing to do with your worth or your deservingness. You are worthy. You are deserving. You are chosen. And this person, whether they consciously know it yet or not, has already chosen you too. There's a particularly magical thing that happens when you reach this level of surrender and trust. Suddenly, your life starts to feel full and joyful independent of whether this person has appeared in the way you've been hoping for. You start to feel peace where there used to be anxiety. You start to experience synchronicities and blessings in all areas of your life, not just in romance. And paradoxically, this is exactly the energy that accelerates manifestation. When you no longer need the thing in order to be happy, when you're already happy and you're simply making space for the thing to enhance your already beautiful life, that's when it rushes in. This is not some trick you have to play with yourself or some mental game you have to master. It's a natural result of aligning with truth. The truth is that you are a complete being, a whole soul, a divine expression of source energy, whether you're married or single, whether this person is in your life today or not. And when you live from that truth, when you embody that wholeness, you become the perfect vibrational match for the very partnership you desire, because that partnership is meant to be a union of two whole beings, not two incomplete as trying to make a whole. The universe is showing you this message today because you're ready for this level of understanding. You're ready to step out of victim consciousness, out of waiting consciousness, out of lacking consciousness, and into creator consciousness, into receiving consciousness, into abundant consciousness. You're ready to know, not just hope, not just wish, but truly know that this sacred union is yours. And that knowing changes everything. It changes how you walk through your days. It changes the energy you emit. It changes what you attract and what you allow into your experience. This person is going to come to you when both of you are vibrating at the frequency of readiness, and you're so much closer to that frequency than you realize. Every spiritual practice you engage in, every moment of self-love you choose, every act of faith you demonstrate, is fine-tuning your frequency to match the frequency of the reality where you and this person are happily married, building a life together, supporting each other's dreams, growing old together, fulfilling the soul contract you made before you were born. And here's something beautiful that the angels want you to know. When this person finally expresses a desire to marry you, whether that's through a proposal, a conversation, or an undeniable shift in the relationship, you're going to look back on this time of preparation, and you're going to be grateful for every moment of it. You're going to see how necessary it all was. You're going to recognize that you weren't really waiting at all. You were being prepared, refined, elevated, transformed into the person who could receive and sustain this level of love. You were being prepared to be not just a spouse, but a conscious partner in a sacred union that reflects divine love in physical form. The veil between the spiritual and physical worlds is thin right now, thinner than it's been in a very long time. This means that manifestations are happening more quickly, that prayers are being answered more directly, that the gap between intention and creation is shorter. You're living in a time of accelerated spiritual evolution, and your relationship with this person is part of that acceleration. What might have taken lifetimes to unfold in other eras is happening in months or years in this current timeline. The universe is speeding things up, and you, my beautiful soul, are benefiting from that divine acceleration. So when you start to doubt, when fear creeps in, when impatience tries to take hold, come back to this moment right now. Come back to the feeling of certainty that you're experiencing as these words land in your heart. Remember that the universe brought you to this message for a reason. Remember that your soul recognizes truth when it hears it. Remember that you are so deeply loved by the divine, so supported by the angels, so guided by your higher self, that there's absolutely no way this could not work out in your favor. This person, the one you've been thinking about, the one whose energy is intertwined with yours, they are being led to you just as surely as you were led to this message. The same divine intelligence that orchestrated your discovery of these words is orchestrating their journey toward full commitment, toward marriage, toward choosing you as their forever person. And the moment is coming faster than you think, when all of this will become undeniably real, when the spiritual truth will manifest as physical truth, when the waiting will be over and the living will begin. I want you to feel into your body right now and notice the shift that's occurred since you started receiving this message. There's probably a lightness in your chest, a softness in your belly, maybe even tears of relief or joy. This is your confirmation. This is your soul saying, yes, this is real, this is true, this is your path. Trust it. Trust yourself. Trust this person. Trust the universe. Trust the divine timing. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, exactly as it must, exactly as it was always meant to. Your marriage to this person is not just a possibility or a hope. It's a destiny that's actively coming into form. And you, by being here, by staying open, by continuing to believe even when belief was difficult, you have done your part. Now it's time to relax into the knowing and watch with wonder as the universe completes what it has started. The angels are celebrating you right now, celebrating your faith, celebrating your patience, celebrating the beautiful love story that's about to enter its most magnificent chapter yet. If this message has touched something deep within you, if you feel the truth of it resonating in every cell of your being, then honor this moment by sharing your light with others who need to hear these words. Let your like on this video be your yes to the universe, your agreement with the divine plan, your acceptance of the blessing that's coming. And please, subscribe to receive more of these sacred messages, because your journey doesn't end here. The angels have so much more to reveal to you, so many more confirmations to provide, so many more moments of divine guidance to share as you continue walking this path towards sacred union. Your forever person is out there right now, thinking of you, being prepared for you, moving toward you in ways both seen and unseen. The universe is conspiring on your behalf with an intelligence and love that defies description. And very soon, sooner than your logical mind believes possible, you will hold in your hands a physical proof of what your soul has always known. You are meant for this love. You are meant for this marriage. You are meant for this happily ever after. And it's already on its way to you, arriving right on time, perfectly orchestrated, divinely appointed, absolutely certain. Trust this, feel this, know this, and so it is. The angels wrap you in their light right now, blessing this union that's forming, blessing you and this person both, blessing every step that remains on this journey. And as this message comes to a close, know that another revelation awaits you, another divine download that will illuminate your path even further. The next video holds insights that will deepen your understanding and strengthen your faith even more, show you the next phase of what's unfolding in your love story. Let the universe continue to guide you. Let the angels continue to speak to you. Your destiny is unfolding beautifully, and there's so much more magic ahead.